kale Caesar with a garlicky panko. But here's the deal with kale. It's really tough. So this is what I like to do. I like to give it a super duper quick blanch and wilt it and get it right out of the hot water. You just need the water barely hot. Get some tongs and then just pour the water right over it. And you can see it wilts immediately, and I don't want it to really cook, so I'm gonna get it right out and into the salad spinner. We wanna have some of the heft of the kale left, but just soften it just a touch. And as you can see, blanching really intensifies the color, which is gonna make it photograph that much more beautifully. So while the kale cools off, I'm gonna get started on the panko topping. Let's get some oil into a nice heated pan, just a tablespoon. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I never eat the croutons in a Caesar salad, but I still want that crunch, so this is where the panko comes in. And then we're gonna let this toast up. I think having a website is really kind of weird, but you do get a glimpse into my life, and I love sharing my recipes. And I love when you guys write into me and tell me things that you want me to cook. You can see the bottom's getting a little bit brown, so let's give it a little, there we go. Okay, now we need to get some garlic in here. But first I need just a little bit of oil right here, and then we'll get this grated in. And this is gonna add a real punch of flavor. Normally, I would add a little salt and pepper, but I'm not gonna do that because once this cools off, I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese, and that's gonna have plenty of salt in it. Okay, you guys are gonna sit here and calm down and cool off for a while, and I'm gonna start to make the dressing. Let's get building our dressing. A lot of flavor here because a Caesar has a lot of flavor. You want that Caesar to just kind of punch in the face with flavor, and that's what this one's gonna do. So we'll start with 2 tablespoons of mayo. That looks like 1, and that's 2. Next is mustard. A little lemon juice. Need about 2 tablespoons. Let's get some garlic in. Just grate that right in. Now for the umami part. Anchovies. We're gonna grab 2 of them. Yeah, you can keep out the anchovies, but why would you? The great thing about anchovies is they're salty, so they're briny. They're very creamy. There we go, that's 2 right there. We're gonna give these a quick chop. They're gonna melt right into the dressing. A little Worcestershire sauce, a little salt and pepper. And you don't need a lot of salt, because remember, those anchovies are in there. But I do want that bite of pepper. And then the olive oil. We just need about 3 tablespoons of this. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then you just shake it up. I'm gonna give this a little taste. Oh, yes. That's so good. You can really taste the anchovy, and it's such a great flavor. I really encourage you guys to try anchovy, even if you put a half of one in. This is cooled off beautifully. Put it back in the bowl. So the kale will go into the fridge, but I still have one thing left to do. And that's get the panko into a bowl and some Parmesan into that. And just, whoa, that's coming apart. Oh well. Guess that has to get eaten. One of the absolute best parts of developing recipes and food styling is the little snacks you eat along the way. I'm gonna mix this up. See, I really wanted the panko to cool off because I don't want the cheese to melt in here. All right, topping is done.
Very rustic.
And I'll dress the salad.
All right, what kind of salad dressing?
This is Caesar. It's got some anchovies, it's got some mustard, it's got some mayo.
Anchovies. That's really pretty.
I'll get this in so it doesn't ruin the bowl.
All right. Oh, it's really pretty.
So this has Parmesan, garlic, and panko.
Oh, that's a neat alternative to croutons.
So I want to try and get some around the edges. Think that looks pretty?
Yeah.
This needs to go, I don't think it's in the way.
Yeah.
Now it's not in the way.
No,
maybe this one.
It's so good. Tangy, because there's lots of lemon in there.
And it doesn't have the bitterness of kale. That is really spectacular.